Hey, what's up everybody? It's your girl Shantae, back with another episode chatting with Shantae. How in the world are y'all doing? Me, I am doing fabulous. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I wanted to record this video a few days ago, all right, like right when all this happened, but it took me a little minute, okay? Not even a minute, it took me a couple days to really finally come down from the excitement and the joy and all that type of stuff. And to be quite honest, I haven't fully come down from it, but I'm calm enough to be able to share the story. So as y'all can see from the title, I'm gonna be doing a recap and talk about, my trip to Houston this past weekend to go see Auntie Tab for her Feeding the Soul book tour. And the whole experience was just amazing, okay? Everything leading up to it, even afterwards, especially during. So y'all like, comment, subscribe, make sure you hit that bell so you're notified when I drop a video, and let's get comfortable, okay? So if you're a fan of Auntie Tab, which I don't see why you wouldn't be, she announced her book earlier this year. And listen, when it was available for pre-order, I hurried up and pre-ordered it like no one's business, okay? Listen, if I haven't learned anything when it comes to Auntie Tab and her launches and her releases, you got to be on it, okay? Listen, Sunshine Seasoning, listen, this isn't to brag, because I know a lot of people weren't able to get the Sunshine Seasoning when it first dropped. I'm so sorry, but that thing sold out in 39 minutes. So if that hasn't taught you nothing, you got to be on it when it comes to Tabitha Brown and whatever it is that she's putting out, okay? So when the book was available for pre-order, I ordered it so quickly, it's not even funny, all right? So I ordered it or pre-ordered it back in June. It felt like it took it forever to turn into September, okay? Because the book wasn't coming out until the end of September. June to September seemed like an eternity to me, but I got the book, all right? So this is the copy that I pre-ordered, okay? Just look at that. Auntie Tab is a whole author out here. Not even just an author, but a New York Times best-selling author. Not even just a New York Times best-selling author, but the #1 New York Times best-selling author. Like, you can't really talk to her crazy. You really can't, okay? You really can't. Be correct. Come correct, all right? So this here, it took me only a few days to read it, and it took everything in me not to read the book in one sitting. Okay, that's how good it was. If you watch her videos, then some of these stories that she wrote in the book, she's shared before with us. Some things she's never shared before, at least not to my knowledge. And some things she kind of went into more detail about. But honey, the gems that she dropped in this book, she even sprinkled a few recipes in here. And y'all, this book is just truly amazing. I actually did kind of like a little mini review on my TikTok, because I do book reviews on TikTok too. And I talked about this when I was only halfway through the book, and I was already recommending it to people. So that should tell you how good the book is. But if you haven't gotten it already, please do so. Okay, listen, this Auntie Tab, okay, it's Auntie Tab. So then she dropped the bomb on us in a good way in July or August, whenever, and she was like, hey y'all, so I'm about to go on tour. How y'all doing? What y'all living for? And the tickets are coming out soon. So she dropped the first dates, and I was like, dang, none of these places are near me. Okay, so I'm in Louisiana. The only close city, state that she had the first time was Atlanta. Now, Atlanta is like 9.5, 10 hours away from me if I drive. And I was like, ooh, dang, I may have to make this trip to Atlanta, because Auntie Tab is on my vision board. Excuse me. And I did a video about my vision board last year when I had made it, but Auntie Tab's on my vision board, okay? And I had wrote this down. I manifested this earlier this year, prior to a book coming out, prior to her announcing a book tour or anything. I said, I am meeting Tabitha Brown in 2021. I don't know how, because she's in Los Angeles. I'm in LA. I'm in Louisiana. That's two different LAs. But I was like, I am meeting her. I don't know where we're going to be at together at the same time, but I'm meeting her, all right? And so when she announced that she was coming, going on book tour and things like that, I was like, dang it. She's not coming to Louisiana, which nobody comes to Louisiana, so I wasn't really expecting it. But I was like, dang it. So I was like, okay, I'm about to make arrangements and I'm finna head to Atlanta, because I am not missing this, all right? I saw this as my perfect opportunity to see her in person and meet her, and I was gonna take it. So I had made an Instagram post, or actually it was an Instagram story post, and I was like, I wonder if I should buy a ticket to go see Auntie Tab in Atlanta for her book tour, or should I hold my mule, because y'all know she says that, or should I hold my mule and see if she comes closer? So she messaged me, okay? Now, listen, a big flex of mine is that Auntie Tab follows me on Instagram and on Twitter. Now, she did this some months ago, okay? I didn't really tell nobody because I was like, oh, snap. Oh, snap. And trust me, I was excited. Your girl was excited. But I didn't tell nobody. I was like, let me just, celebrate this in person. But whatever. So, and I be cutting up in her comments and in her DMs. We be cutting up. So, yeah. But when I had made that post, she had messaged me and she was like, I'm adding Texas shows next week. Now, there's a funny story about that. That was August 11th, okay, when she told me she was adding Texas next week. Sis, don't you know September 12th came and she added Texas? I was like, what kind of week is this? But I understand they had to get like, the green light from different venues and stuff like that. So I understand all that. But I was like, next week? 1 month later, oh, here's Texas. I was like, now wait a minute. But honey, when I tell you, when she DM'd me and said she was adding Texas next week, I didn't tell not a soul. I didn't say nothing. You want to know why? Because I'm like, I'm going to work with this woman one day, okay? Listen, mark my words. I said it right here, right now, okay? I am working with Tabitha Brown in some way, shape, or form on some projects creatively. Listen, mark my words. I believe that, okay? So I was like, let me prove myself to be trusted, okay? You can tell me anything, and I ain't gonna say nothing. If it's something big coming, you can trust me, all right? I ain't gonna say nothing. So don't you know, for that whole month, I kept it zipped. I ain't say nothing. I ain't tell not nobody until after she announced that she was coming to Texas. A whole month, I just kept it to myself. Now, mind you, I'm pretty sure there are other people who actually live in Texas that was like, oh, can you come to Texas? And she probably DM'd them back or commented under their comment. I don't know. But don't you know, I said, yes, ma'am, you can trust me. Like, I kept that a top secret. I don't know why, but again, I'm working with her one day and I need her to know that, girl, you can trust me with anything. Listen, we got a project coming out. I ain't gonna say nothing until after you announce it, period. So Texas shows got added. I bought that ticket so quick. I don't even think my card had time to really be processed, but I got my ticket. Got hotel stuff. Everything was working out, all right? Everything was good. I had a few bumps in the road that had me questioning, oh my goodness, am I going to be able to go see her? And you know what? And I'm actually going to say this for the end, but basically the whole learning lesson was I was trying to do everything myself and trying to prove something. I can do this on my own. I can do this. I don't need help. And God was like, okay, well, see how far that gets you. And then once I was like, you know what, I'm tired of trying to do this all by myself, God was like, okay, here you go. He came up with some solutions. It was beautiful and it all turned out amazingly, right? So me and my mommy, we actually went, okay? Now the plan was for me to have a solo trip, okay? But again, God had other plans and I'm glad it worked out the way it did because me and my mommy had a beautiful, amazing, fun time, right? So fast forward, Thursday comes, okay, Thursday, October 7th, we drive to Houston. We get to Houston late Thursday night, and boom, fast forward to the next day, the day of, right? Y'all, that whole day, I was just in a whole different headspace. Like, I was just so excited, okay? So me and my mommy, we got up, we went and had some brunch, okay, at this place called Black Walnut Cafe or something like that. It was pretty decent. I liked the vibe. It was pretty busy. And then we went to the Galleria because that was like less than 20 minutes away. So we did a little shopping. Well, I did a little shopping and we just walked around, stuff like that. Listen, I'm pretty sure people who live in Texas, in bigger cities and stuff like that, they are not impressed like with the Galleria and stuff. But we were like, oh my gosh, they have this. Oh my gosh, they have multi-levels because listen, in Louisiana, Alexandria, Louisiana, listen, for those who are familiar with Alexandria, Louisiana's mall, you will understand that is a flea market, okay? That is a literal flea market. So when we go anywhere out of town, out of state, where they have a whole bunch of different options, we are going crazy, all right? Because again, Alexandria, I'm not even gonna clown my city. I'm not gonna clown my state too much, but if you know, you know. So we were having a good old time in the Galleria, having fun. And then we left around like 2, 3 something. No, not that late. 2 something maybe. I don't know, just so we would have enough time for us to both shower, get ready and things like that. So boom, we get there, y'all. Now, mind you, the show starts at 7 or started at 7. Doors opened at 6. In my mind, okay? Because again, when it comes to Tabitha Brown and her releases and her events, you gotta be on time, okay? No, scratch that. If you're on time, you're late. What they say on Drumline, if you're on time, you're late, okay? Like, you're late if you're on time, all right? Like, honey, I wanted to be in line at 4 o'clock. I did not mind standing in that line for those 2 hours. I promise you, I already knew, because the way our tickets were set up for our specific show, there was no arranged seating, if that makes sense. Like, everyone paid the exact same amount, and it was like a first come, first serve. So it wasn't like, okay, if you spend more money, you get a closer seat, or if you spend less money, you get a farther away seat. No, everyone paid the exact same amount, and it was like, okay, get in where you fit in. So I was like, I want to be at the front of the line, so that way when the doors open, I can get me a good old seat. I wanted to be able to touch the stage. Now, I wasn't front row, but I wasn't in the back. I was in a good place. I was like, thank God. Me and Auntie Tab made eye contact several times. I said, I know that's right. So let's talk about the energy prior to the show, because I think that is so important. So when we got there was like a good 20 people, 20, 25. I feel like I would be pushing it if I said 30, 35. It wasn't that many people in front of us, but it was a good little, group. They were already there, and they got there at 4, like I was trying to tell my mommy, but whatever. So the energy was so beautiful. Like, the energy in just waiting in line, okay, for that hour and a half, however long we were waiting, the energy was so fun and beautiful, okay? It was just amazing. All these beautiful Black women complimenting each other, uplifting each other, making friends, because listen, the only person I knew in the line was my mommy, all right? And it helped make the time go by very quickly, because everyone was engaging in conversations. Like, everybody had their own sub conversations about, oh, my favorite Auntie Tab video was this, or you remember when she wore that, or you saw that movie she was in. Like, everyone had their own conversations going, and it was so much fun, and everyone wasn't afraid to really be out there, because Auntie Tab, she really represents being yourself and being free and just being out there, and no one was afraid to do that. I feel like the time would have dragged and would have been so boring if everyone was just kind of standing off to the side or standing in line, like just scrolling on their phones, not interested, not engaging in conversation. No, everyone was taking pictures. People was coming from the back of the line, talk to the front of the line. Everyone was walking around. It was so amazing. There was no drama. There was nothing. It was just so much fun. Like, it made waiting for the event that much fun, okay? Because any other time I would be like, why is we waiting in this line? Like, but it didn't even feel like we were waiting. It felt like we were just at like a little party. I don't even know how to explain it. I just feel like if you wasn't making a friend or a good buddy while waiting in line while you were there, you didn't do it right, because the energy was so contagious, like in a good way. It was just high energy and everything. So then, if you pay attention to other people's posts and stuff like that, sometimes while waiting in line, you would be fortunate enough to see Auntie Tab pull up in the black SUV or truck. I'm not really good with car names, so I'm assuming it's an SUV, whatever. The black car would pull up at the front of the venue, and she would be walking out the car, walking in like, hey y'all, how y'all doing? So I was like, well, we got here early enough. I don't think she came in just yet. So if I see Auntie Tab come out the car, walk into the building, I'm gonna lose my mind. So y'all better make sure she gets in before I start screaming. So boom, a black SUV thingy pops up, right? Pulls up, skirt, and I'm like, ugh. So I start marching my way right where they was at. Like, is that her? Is it her? I was ready, y'all. I was ready. Like, is it her? Okay, but it was some members of her team. JR, the one who does all the video content and the footage and everything like that, amazing. He was in there, and I was like, hey, how you doing? Hey, is Tab with you? Is Auntie Tab in there? I was like, if I see an afro or some sneakers or a fun outfit come out that truck, I'm screaming. But she wasn't in there, and I was like, okay, let me head back to my spot in line. Like, bro. So a little bit after 6, the doors opened. I'm ready. So again, if you've been paying attention to other people's posts, or you've been watching and stuff like that from her prior tour stops, then if you bought a ticket to go see her, it automatically came with a free copy of her book. So all the other places, now this one I got a little bit salty, but it all turned around in the end. So all the other places, they had like the first signed copy, or signed edition or whatever, and had a little sticker on it that said it was pre-signed by her. So I was like, I'm about to get me a signed copy of Auntie Tab's book. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Don't you know they handed me this? They handed me this, and I was like, it don't have a sticker on it? Is it? So I'm like, well, maybe she signed a secret page. What is it? So I'm looking at everybody else's books like, I was like, oh, we don't get a signed one? Oh, okay. That's it. Okay, whatever. So just as quickly as it came into my mind, it left because I was so excited. So I was like, oh, okay, well, excuse me. So I made my way to my seat and we were at a church, okay, the Fountain of Praise, which is beautiful. Oh my goodness. So they were playing all the good gospel hits. I was having a great old time. Then moments before, I just got real calm, okay? Because at first I was like jamming and stuff. And then moments before when I realized, okay, the time is winding down. She's about to come out on stage in a few moments. I got real calm. Like, this is the exact same thing that happened to me when I went to go see Janet Jackson a couple years ago. Like, I just got real calm. And my mommy leaned over and she was like, are you nervous? So I was like, I don't even know. And in my head, because prior to us getting there, I was like, you know what? Me just being in the same room as Auntie Tab will be more than enough. To hear her share her stories in person and just, you know, seeing her in person will be more than enough. But then as time was going on, I was sitting there. I was like, so that's why I was quiet. I was coming up with a game plan. How am I going to make my way to the front so that way I can meet her? Like, I was trying to come up with a game plan, an execution, so I could meet her. Because I was like, I'm this close. I'm not missing out on this. So fast forward, okay, Ivy comes out. Listen, if you've seen Ivy's posts or the picture she's been tagged in on Instagram and you saw that suit, the pictures, no matter how good quality it is, those pictures don't even do that suit justice, okay? Now, she is a beautiful, gorgeous woman. That short haircut, yes. That suit, listen, when I tell you the fashion was out in Texas, let me tell you, we was not playing, okay? We were not playing. Texas came with it with the outfits, okay? Dressed down. But anyway, so Ivy came out and I was just staring at the suit, gawking at the suit like, I need that right now. Let's trade outfits so I can wear that because beautiful. So she introduces Auntie Tab. I lost all my marbles. I went crazy. I'm shrieking. Now, the funny thing about this whole situation that I'm doing now, this video that I'm recording, this was not supposed to be a sit-down video. This whole thing, this whole trip to Houston, going to see Auntie Tab, was supposed to be a vlog. But I've come to realize there are like 3 different types of people on YouTube. Those who are really good at vlogging and live very interesting day-to-day lives that are vlog worthy, that remember to pick up their camera and film. Then there's others like me who are good at sitting down in front of the camera at a standstill, giving a recap, a story time, more so talking, you know. Then there are people right in the middle who are great at both at the same time. So I'm in my lane, okay? I like to sit down and talk to y'all. I be forgetting to pick up the camera, and then when I do remember, it be all over the place, right? And I was not gonna make y'all sit through a choppy vlog. I wasn't gonna do it. So I was trying to record her coming out on stage, and I eventually got it together, but honey, I'm shrieking, I'm jumping up and down, I'm a hot mess. A kid in the candy store times 10. That was me. And when I saw that outfit, honey, y'all saw the pictures. Listen, if you follow Auntie Tab, you saw the outfit, okay? You saw them boots. You saw them boots. You saw that kimono. You saw that dress. You saw it. But to see it in person, my goodness. Yep. So I'm sitting there in awe as she's talking, sharing her stories. That woman is funny. Like, we know that in her videos, but that woman is funny. Do you understand me? And she be singing. For someone who's not a recording artist, she be singing. That's just on period. So it was just so beautiful, like the gems that she dropped. Now, there's one thing that I took away from her show, and it's, well, I took away a lot of things, but one thing that she said, and it wasn't even at my show, it was like in the, which one was it? The New York? No. South Carolina? Whichever show, child. One of them shows. And she was like, dream while you're on the job, okay? And I was like, because she was talking about, she knows that feeling of feeling stuck when you're trying to pursue your dreams and your passions, but you may be at a job that is not in alignment with your gifts and things like that, so that causes you to feel stuck. And then when you get off, you're all tired from working, so you're not able to pursue your own dreams and all that type of stuff. And she was like, I spent some of my stuckest years at a job. I said, ooh, that hurt. Okay, that felt so good. It hurt. Like, oh, I felt that. You know what I'm saying? So she was like, dream while you're on the job that makes you feel stuck. I said, Because how many of us are, especially as a creative, how many of us are or dreamers or people who want to go the entrepreneurial route, and we may be at a job just because we have to pay bills, just so we can have a financial breathing room, but it's not what we want to do. And it's no disrespect to the job. It's just, you're living, you're coming to realize that, man, this is not really fulfilling what I'm trying to do here. So when she said that, because y'all got to remember, like, yeah, last year she really blew up on the spot and things like that, with social media. But sis has been pursuing this dream for 23 years, okay? Just 4 years ago, y'all, 2017, sis was driving Uber. And that's not to downplay Uber drivers or anything, of course not. But it's just like, dang, 4 years ago, 4. She was driving Uber, trying to make extra money so that way she can pay her bills and stuff like that. And now she's a #1 New York Times bestselling author. She's coming out with shows. She's starring on shows. She's writing books. She's doing this and that. It's like, all because she's being herself. All because she's going after her dreams. All because she's being obedient to what God has told her to do. And it's just like, if you're not inspired, listen, if you're not inspired by her story or what she has to say, then honey, get a tune-up. Get a tune-up in your life, because what is going on? But anyway, so near the end, like she's been doing with her previous tour stop, she was like, okay, y'all, I want to take a video with y'all. Now, before she did that, she was wrapping up her thank you speech. I felt myself get up and just walk towards the stage. Now, mind you, I wasn't way in the back, but I wasn't front. Like, if this is stage, I was kind of up in here somewhere. So I didn't have too much of a far walk, but noticeable enough to be like, girl, what are you doing? So I felt myself, okay, right when she was about to say, okay, y'all, let's take a video and things like that. I literally felt myself. And I told my mommy, I'm not about to stand back here. I'm finna be in this video. So I got my fanny pack on. I said, excuse me, and just started marching. I saw a couple people like, girl, what are you doing? And then I had an army behind me. I said, yes, come on, don't leave me alone. So in the video that she recorded when we're about to start singing, you will literally see me in my floral pants, making my way, like, hey, how y'all doing? It's me. That is so funny to me. And y'all, I lost my voice, okay? Screaming. First of all, waiting in line, we're laughing, joking, singing, all that type of stuff for an hour and a half. Then when she came out, I shrieked and started jumping up and down, laughing, crying, all the other type of stuff. Then when we're singing Fridays with Tab and Chance, when she bust out with the robot, if you pay attention to that video, and a lot of people actually caught it, because I was looking through the comments, a lot of people actually caught it. When she started doing the robot, you will hear someone yell, you better robot! You better robot! That's me. That's me. Okay, and I actually have it recorded on my phone from my point of view, so I'm not lying. It's actually me. You better robot. So yes, I am the you better robot girl. Like, just cutting up when she was getting introduced, or when they first sat down and stuff like that, and it got quiet, I just yelled out. I couldn't contain it. You so pretty. You is pretty. Like, ghetto, just ghetto, okay? But I was like, I'm not gonna sit here all cool, calm, and collected. No, this is Auntie Tab. This is someone that I've been wanting to interview on my podcast. This is someone who I've been wanting to meet. This is just someone who I just love. So I'm gonna act a plumb fool when I see her in person, you darn skippy. So okay, so now I'm near the stage, okay? We done finished wrapping up singing and stuff like that. So in my mind, I was like, okay, 2 things can happen. Either they're gonna whisk her off the stage and we ain't gonna see her no more, or she might stay on stage and I might have a slight chance to meet her. Let's see what happens, right? So after all said and done, she's still on stage. I'm like, okay, y'all, wait, don't play with me. So she's taking pictures with Ivy and like the owners of the church, like everyone who coordinated the event. You know, she's taking her professional pictures, and then she turned around. Now, by the time she turned around, when everything was all said and done, everybody was up there, okay? I was just like, so what we gonna do, sis? What we finna do? So she turned around, and y'all, when she turned around, this woman is not real. Like, this woman is not real. This woman is gorgeous. And I say this in the videos and her pictures all the freaking time. To see her in person, this woman is not real. She is... This woman is gorgeous. I'm not saying that because I'm a super fan. I'm not saying that because I'm her niece. This woman is gorgeous. Like, and everyone kept saying the same thing. I'm like, this woman is This woman is gorgeous. She, for a second, did not look real. Like, she just looked flawless, okay? I'm not saying that just because I love her. Like, I am being dead serious, okay? Right hand. Like, this woman is gorgeous. So I was stuck for a second. I'm like, who? Okay. All right, that's how we coming. And then the outfit had me stuck too. I said, oh, okay, that's how we're coming in Houston. Okay, excuse us. So she's making her rounds, honey. She's starting on this end. She's and y'all, she took her time with each person. Everyone who wanted an autograph, a picture, who wanted to speak to her, take a video with her, anything. She took her time. She engaged with every person. And it was at one point where someone on her team, I'm not sure what he said, I think it was somewhere along the lines of, you know, are you ready to go? Are we about to go? Something like that. And she was like, okay, I'm going to go to the other side and then we can go. I said, let him know. Let him know, because girl, you ain't finna rush her. You ain't finna rush us, because we will fight. Anyway, so she's making her rounds and stuff like that. And it's so funny, because I was right there and I was in selfie mode, but I was like recording because she was right there. So I'm recording and stuff like that. And mind you, everyone's trying to take pictures and stuff like that. So she's like in everybody's cameras, like, you know, hey, how y'all doing? And I'm just recording her doing that, like not paying attention, but paying attention. And I didn't realize me and her had a video together until afterwards, like when I was, like leaving. And so she was in my camera like, hey girl, hey. And then when I saw that she was right there, I had turned around. I said, hey auntie, it's Shantae. And she said, hey girl, how you doing? Y'all, we held hands. We held hands. We had a moment. A good moment. And I got it all on camera and didn't even realize it. Look at how the Lord blesses me. Because again, I was recording her just being in everybody's cameras and the fact that she was right there. And then when I saw that she was right there, I was like, hey auntie, it's Shantae. Still recording. Thank you, Lord. Because I could have put my hand off. I could have took my finger off and not captured the moment. Thank you, Lord. And I said, hey auntie, it's Shantae. She said, hey girl, how you doing? And we just held hands and I said, She asked me how I was doing. All I could say was, ah. Like this woman asked me, how are you doing? And I said, ah. Like going crazy. Probably scared her. I'm so sorry. Y'all, Donna in person, y'all not even ready for the conversation. Next. Donna in person, next. Y'all not even ready for all that. We're gonna keep it cute. Y'all not even ready for that level. But anyway, so after we had that video and stuff like that, or that moment, she made her rounds again. And then I stopped her. I was like, auntie, can we take a picture real quick? And so we took a cute selfie and I was good, okay? And I got more than what I asked for, right? Now, when I had got up there, when we were starting to sing Fridays with Tab and Chance, I had left my books in my seat with my mommy because I was like, I gotta go see her. Like, I ain't got time to have nothing holding me back, right? So by the time she made her rounds again, I saw that she had started signing autographs, because at that point she was mostly like taking videos and pictures and talking. I didn't really see her signing the books, right? So when I looked to my left, she was signing books. I was like, dang it, why didn't I bring my book up here? I fumbled the bag. So I was like, you know what? Let me not be greedy. Because I'm at the stage. Like, I'm touching the stage, okay? So I was like, let me not be greedy, okay? There's plenty of people who want to get her autograph and talk to her and take a picture. I got a picture, I got a moment, I got a video. Excuse me. I'm complete, okay? So I can go. Now, at that moment, I didn't feel any tears. Like, you know when you know you're crying. Like, you know when you can feel yourself trying to hold back tears. I wasn't feeling none of that. It wasn't until I got out the crowd and started walking back to my seat where my mommy was, the tears were flowing, okay? They were just coming. I could not stop them. And it didn't click until someone or a couple of ladies like, oh my gosh, she's crying. Oh, and I was like, who crying? Me? Oh, so and it really hit me like, oh my goodness, you met Tabitha Brown. You met her. And so my mommy was crying because I was super excited. She knew how important and major this trip was for me. So she was crying happy tears. I'm crying, not even knowing I'm crying. It was just great, okay? And so my mommy asked me, okay, are you ready to go? Or do you want to hang out for a little bit more, get some more pictures or videos of her? And I was like, oop, give me the book. Give me the book. And I just made my way back to the crowd after just saying I'm not going to be greedy and get back to the front. That was a lie. So you remember at the beginning when I said I was a little bit salty that we didn't get a pre-signed book like everybody else? It's okay. Y'all can keep it because y'all can keep it. Y'all can can keep it. I got me a right then and there type of, ooh, that was so country. I got me a right then and there book signed. Like that's her autograph right there. Okay, now this little sticky note I'll talk about in a second, but yeah, y'all. Okay, so now I had held the book. Everybody had their books up. I just held the book, and I was like, okay, if I look at her again and she's right there, I'm going to start crying. So let me just hold the book, and if she's able to sign it, that's beautiful. I'm going to be so happy. If she's not able to, that's okay, because I've got way more than I asked for. So I held the book like this. Okay, I was like, oh my goodness, she's right here. And so I felt the book like someone was, touching it. I looked up and she was signing. I said, ah! The people next to me were cracking up, y'all. I was going crazy, like looking crazy. So yes, in the beginning I was feeling salty, like, oh, I want her autograph in the book. Okay, that's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Y'all can keep it. It's all right. But yeah, y'all, this was so amazing. And I said this in my caption when I had posted what was going on and stuff. She is literally the same exact way in person that she is online. Like the presence that you feel from her in her videos and stuff like that is the exact same way, if not more, in person. Like, this woman is beautiful, like gorgeous, like outside, just face pretty, okay? But body snatched. That's all I'm saying. Oh, this woman smells so good. Listen, Auntie Tab smelled so good. She smelled like a rich black woman. Like that fragrance she had on, I bet you it hasn't even come out just yet. I bet it's in a whole different language. I bet, it better be called Rich Black Woman, because that's what she smelled like. Because she was squatting down like this, and stuff like that. And then when she got up and she, strutted on to the other side of the stage, and you get a whiff, I was like, this is a rich black woman wearing a rich black woman fragrance. And everyone had the exact, like everyone who was standing right there had the exact same, damn, she smelled good. Like rich black woman. That's her. And it was at one point, y'all, and I'm about to wrap it up because I don't want this to be too long, but it was at one point, because I was just like recording her, like every time she was right here I was recording, taking pictures, like going crazy, right? And it was at one point where she was signing autographs and I wasn't recording, and I was just staring, not in a creepy way, but I was just like, oh my goodness. Like, first of all, Lord, thank you for allowing me to be in this space, like to be able to experience this and have all this good energy and stuff like that. But just, oh my good, I was just like literally watching her, and the way she is with people, she is such a people magnet. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna wrap it up before I start crying. Like, this woman is an angel. Like, I don't think she's real. I don't think she's real. She's a doll. She's a Barbie doll, okay, with a whole afro. Like, y'all, I promise you, when she turned around and I was like right there at the front of the stage, I was like, she is not real. She is not real, y'all. She is gorgeous. But anyway, I say all of this to say, this wasn't supposed to be a long video, but I say all this to say, this woman is amazing. And I keep saying this woman because she is that girl. She is that girl. Do you understand me? Tabitha Brown is that woman. She is that girl. But this event was so beautiful. The entire experience, meeting different people who share the common love for Auntie Tab, just amazing. Just, and now I'm sad because it's a memory. Like, now it's already happened, okay? But again, that was our first time meeting. Oh, I know we're working together. I know we are. I just feel it. Like, it's just something in me that's like, yeah. And everyone else who says they're gonna work with her, you are. We are. I can't wait. Oh, I can't wait, honey. But yeah, y'all. So that was my trip to Houston to go see Auntie Tab. Could have been all over the place. I'm so sorry. And again, it was supposed to be a vlog, so but maybe next time, the next event or thing I do, hopefully I'll be better at vlogging. But y'all, if I were to try and make this a vlog, it would have been a hot mess, okay? The hottest part of a hot mess, okay? But yeah, y'all, that is my recap and things like that. Just such an amazing time, great energy. I'm still smiling. Like, it's just so dope. And I've been looking at the pictures and the videos every single day since it happened, like bro, you can't tell me nothing. I have a whole selfie with Tabitha Brown. I had a whole moment with Auntie Tab. You really can't talk to me crazy. You can try to talk to me crazy. It ain't gonna work. You can get 3 words out. That's how I'm gonna act. But anyway, y'all, we don't promote violence. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna let y'all go before I just start rambling. But I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for the love and support. And I will catch y'all on the next video. I love y'all. Bye. She said we here to see you soon.